Hey everyone, and welcome to today's episode of the vlog. And today you'll be pleased to know we are back on the cars. So today we got some snagging for the S3 before it goes into the paint shop. Now the S3 went into the paint shop on the 15th of June. In this video I talk about it going in on the 1st because this video has been filmed over a number of weeks, but it actually went in on the 15th of June, and so it is going to be there for a little bit. So let's get on with it. But before we do, I want to just talk to you about an app that I use that has actually saved me quite a bit of money, and I want you to take advantage of that with a special offer that we've got for you today. Now it goes without saying that all of us shop online for something or the other, and for me I do a lot of online shopping when it comes to getting new parts for my cars. But have you ever seen those little boxes, those promo boxes, and you look for a code and you can't find a code that will work for this particular thing? Well, with the Honey plugin, that is a thing of the past, because the Honey plugin will do that for you. Now I've been using the Honey plugin now for well over 6 months, and it has literally saved me hundreds of pounds. Literally hundreds of pounds, and I'm going to demonstrate that to you right now, how I save money when I bought some parts from my Renault traffic van. Now I'm going to demonstrate just how easy it is to use the Honey plugin. Once you've got it installed, you then leave it to do its thing. So here I am at Eurocar Parts, and these are the parts generally that I purchase for my Renault traffic van. So once you go to the checkout, what would happen is a Honey plugin will then come into place. So we'll go to the checkout here now, and as you can see, the Honey plugin comes in. Now the total amount comes to £451.97. Once I apply the discount, Honey will then go and do its thing. It will find the best code that you need, and then once it finds that code, it will then come up and show you what your savings are. So remember, £451 is what we had, and now Honey is showing us that we have saved £159.35, which is fantastic. So if I was to purchase those again, that would be my final costs. So we've saved up to 45% off the price of those goods. The Honey plugin has found its 17 million plus members over £2 million worth of savings, and it supports over 30,000 different online stores, including AliExpress, Eurocar Parts, GFS Parts, and other manufacturers as well. So if you haven't installed the Honey plugin yet, you could be missing out on saving hundreds of pounds over the series of the year. So installing it literally takes a matter of seconds. To install Honey, it couldn't be easier. In your browser, type out joinhoney.com/cars for Paul. It will take you then to the Honey page. Click on add it to your browser, whether it be Edge or Chrome. It will then take you to the install page. Click on get, add to the extensions, and then Honey will then go about installing. Simply as that. So not only could you be saving yourself money, but you'll also be supporting this channel by installing the browser. So if you want to install it, simply go to joinhoney.com/cars for Paul, and I'll put a link below so that you can take advantage of that. Okay, good. So that's the Honey plugin. Now let's get on to the S3. And yes, as I promised you, the S3 has some snagging that needs to be done, so we're going to see that now before it goes off to the body shop. And at the end of this video, I'm going to talk to you about a new project that's coming up. Right, okay, so the S3 you've all known well, you've been watching for the last 4 months. There's a few things that still need to be done on this car. So starting from the interior, so the airbag needs to be replaced on here, and then this needs to be stitched up. So I've actually started to strip the seat on the car. Let me show you. So you can see all the back, that's all out. So normally there's this plastic backing that sits in the back of the car here, and we've taken it off here. That's the only way you can get the seat out. So I am just waiting for the new airbag to arrive, and then when that arrives, that's going to go off to be repaired. I've got a guy that actually Robbie uses from Salvage Rebuilds, and he's going to stitch that up for me, and we'll give him a little shout out when he does that. And that's why the headrest is off as well. In the other things that need to be done. The seat belts, I need to replace the seat belts because the little pyrotechnic explosion that locks the belt, that's been set off, so it's coming up registering it as a fault. Now you can get these repacked, but this seat belt has, it's not frayed, it's certainly not dangerous to use, but it is taunt. So I'm going to get them replaced, and then that will sort that out, and that's both sides, both driver and passenger. And the other thing I'll show you is under the bonnet. So underneath the bonnet here, what happened, this terminal is damaged, so I was trying to straighten it up, and because this is I actually don't know what metal it is, but it's very brittle, and when I straighten it in the vise, as you can see, it's broken off. So the S3 has been immobile until while I wait for the part, and that part thankfully has arrived, so we can get that back on and then get the S3 running again, and we can start using it again, which is great. So we'll do that now, and then we'll make sure that everything's running, and we'll take it for a little quick drive. Okay, let's give the car a little start, make sure she fires up okay. Okay. Car's fine. So what you saw me there was just resetting this steering wheel, because when you take the battery off, the steering wheel will come up with a fault. Basically the car needs to know the complete range of the steering so that it knows where the center of the steering wheel, and it uses that measurement to work out if the tire pressures are going down, and also for the ABS sensor to know that if the car's going around the corner, why one wheel is spinning faster than the other. So we're all good, those faults are gone, happy days. Okay, so that's another job sorted, so we can now close down this bonnet and go for a test drive. Now this car is going to go in for the body shop on the 1st of June, but what I've decided to do, I've decided that I'm actually going to replace this wing here. I took it down to the body shop for them to have a look, and what they said was because of this little split here, there's a little split down here, that they could repair it, but because it's aluminium, it's quite difficult to repair, so it's better for them if I just get a replacement wing. So that's what I'm going to do, get a black wing. I just haven't done it yet because I've been driving the car around and it's better to look white. So 1st of June, all the front, this dent and the proper alignment will be done, and the car will look decent. And I've also got to sort the tyres out, which I might do sooner rather than later, get the right size tyres on there. Okay, so I've turned the car around now. I'm going to take this wheel off because I want to inspect underneath the vehicle, because there is a rattling noise. It's not often, but I think it could be a tie bar issue on this side as well. So I'm going to just take the wheel off, we'll jack the car up, and then we'll just check to make sure that all the bolts underneath here are tight where they should be. There's also a little plastic trim that I want to put right. We'll get that sorted, and then we should be good to go. So let's get that wheel off now. This is what causes the problem. So what this is a bracket. This attaches to the subframe, and then this bit here attaches to the body. This was loose, so it's one of the things that I missed not tightening up, and that's what I was hearing. That's what the rattling was. The tie bar is absolutely fine and to spec, so now I just need to put this back on. And also there's a little black grommet in here, and what that is there's a little plastic tray, and that just protects the drive shaft, the prop shaft that runs to the Halidex box. It protects it from any debris coming from the road, so half of it was not connected as well. That's why you got to do this snagging, so that you can get these bits that you will miss. So let's put this back on properly. We'll torque it up as well, and then that should resolve our rattling noise. Okay, all done. We've put the bits back. Let me see if I can show you what I've actually been doing under the car. Okay, so this bit here, this is the subframe. You can see it. That's all this metal bit here, and then this is the bit that I took out. This was loose, and that was what I was hearing rattling. And this here was also hanging down. So this basically protects the prop shaft from getting any debris on it. So we've put this back in, and I've torqued that up. I did that off camera because it's a real pain to do, because you've got these two bolts back here. Then we've put this back in place, so now that's firmly in place. So that's all it was. It's always good to listen to these little sounds, because I know this car so well now, I can kind of identify what they are. And I had my wife coming with the car with me as well, and she said it sounds like it's by her foot, and this is right by her foot. So that's what it was. So now that's back in there, that should resolve all the other rattles. And I've given all the other bolts a quick check just to make sure that they are still at tolerance, and they all are. So we are pretty much good underneath here. The only thing we need to do now is put the under tray in, but I'm not going to put the under tray in until the car's painted. So once the car is painted, then the final piece will be to put the under tray back into the car, and that will protect the car from underneath the vehicle, the electrics, from any water, or it should minimize it, particularly the power steering, which is electric. You can see we probably can't, but there's a connector right there, and that's really exposed to anything underneath it, any stones that hit the bottom, not to mention the fact that we've got a plastic sump as well. So the under tray on this car is very important, so we'll make sure that goes back, but we'll do that once we get the car painted. Until then, this car is just restricted to short trips, just to ensure that we don't compromise the under tray on this vehicle in any way. Okay, road test time, and you probably noticed that I've changed my top. Well, the other one was a bit grubby, and if I'm going to go on a road test, I need to make sure that I look alright, look presentable. Right, let's get this car for a road test. Ooh, it's hot in here. Okay, so the purpose of this test is to make sure that we're not hearing any of those bumps that we heard as a result of that piece that we saw loose. So let's go. We're going to go over some nice little speed ramps, and that's going to help us to see whether or not we've fixed the issue. Just got to try and get out of here without scraping the car, because that would be bad. Here we go. Okay, here we go. It's a beautiful bank holiday Monday in lockdown. And here's the first bump that we're going to test. That's good. Nothing at all, no noise. But that's what we expected. There's another one. That's fine. Another one coming up. We'll go over this one a little bit quicker. Yeah, nice and solid. And here's another one. Lots of speed ramps around here. Perfect. So that's that resolved now. So I think we can safely now assume that we've resolved this issue with the banging. And that's all it is really. When you're snagging, you're just making sure that all the things that you miss, and you will miss stuff, because let's face it, unless you're following a video like this showing you every exact move, then you're bound to miss something. And that's the whole point of snagging and road testing, so that you know that you capture it. And where it becomes really important is if you're selling the car, don't be in such a rush to sell a car because you've completed a project. You really want to make sure that you've given the car a few days on the road and you've tested it, so that you can be assured that when you sold that car, that there's nothing wrong with that car and that it's good to go. Okay, so with our road test done, we can now head back to base. Okay, so the test drive is successful. So we're now going to take the seat cover off, because with the car going in to get the paint job done, I'm going to take this opportunity to take the seat cover off and get that sent off to be repaired. So we'll go and do that right now. Okay, so I've just taken the front bumper off the S3, and the reason why I've done that is because I've got to strip it down in readiness for Monday's painting. So what I need to do is I'm going to take off these grills here, these grills. Basically the only grill that I'm going to leave in is going to be the front grill here. I might take this off as well, the bottom, and I've got to strip the pipe wire. I'm not going to take all the wiring apart because I don't think that's necessary. It's just to give the body shop an easy ride when it comes to painting this. So let's do that. It won't take long. It should take only a couple of minutes. It'll take me longer than what it takes you to see on the video. All right, let's strip this. Okay, so we have stripped all of the plastic trims, grills, etc. They're all been taken out now, so the body shop can have a clean stab at painting it. They will remove the grill, because I can't remove the grill as part of this, because the grill basically attaches to the bodywork on the car. So now that we've stripped this out, we can put this back on the S3 ready for paint. Okay, so this is all the plastic trim from the car, all laid out and waiting for me to give it a good old clean for when the car comes back. And here's the S3, a little bit naked with no grills. Does look different actually. It certainly doesn't look as aggressive without those pods. But this is the last time you'll see this car in this configuration. The next time you will see this car, it will be all painted up, and for that I can't wait. There's one more thing that I need to do, and that is just to add the new wing. I'll get that done and then that will be it. Okay, done. Wing is off. I did take this off camera because it was getting a bit long-winded. We had a few fiddly bolts, as I remembered the last time I did this, so I did it off camera. But anyway, we're done now. Now what we've got to do is take this inside because there's some work that we have to do, and there's before we can add the new wing back in. So let's go and do that. Okay, right, now here's something very interesting. The wing, replacement wing that I got, that you can see just here, it doesn't come with these little winglets. So these bits here, these are riveted onto the wing, and same here. So I've got to grind these off, then use these on the new car. So let's do that now. Okay, so that is it, all done. These are now on as they should be. There's my other piece. So now we just got to put this wing back on the car, and that is it. The wing has been fitted and it's all in place. The body shop will do the final adjustment, but essentially that wing is done. And the next stop for this car tomorrow morning on Monday is the body shop. So at last we'll be getting this car painted. So that's it for the S3. S3 is now prepared and ready for the body shop, and like I said, that happened on the 15th. So there's a little bit more you'll see on Thursday's episode, and on Thursday we're going to break down the costs of the van, etc., and you'll be pleased to know that the van did pass its MOT, but a little bit more of that on Thursday. In the meantime, we encourage you all to subscribe. If you're not already a subscriber, subscribe down here and click on that notification bell so you know when we release our new videos. Now, I did mention at the beginning of this video that we did have a new project, or we have a new project, and we do have a new project coming on. So we have purchased a car, a little bit of a roller coaster, more of that later on, but that will be revealed to you hopefully very soon. What I'm trying to do is get the car, get the parts, so we can just crack on with it and get this car resolved. There are a few challenges on this vehicle because I wasn't able to see this vehicle because we've still got some lockdown issues, and I purchased this vehicle on Sunday, which is unusual. Anyway, you will see that soon, so stay tuned for more content, and we will see you on Thursday.